What's up, everybody? Mel and Ryan with Sunrise Compass. In the last episode, we talked about best practices for data migrations. Now let's continue on to talk about the tools we have to do this job. What are these tools that we have for data migration?
The main tool we have is the data management framework, and that is the best way you can get all of your data, configuration, master, and transactional from your legacy system into the D365.
So you said main tool.
Yes, I did. So we have an additional tool called Sunrise Quick Migrate that we built on top of data management in order to standardize our data migration processes.
So Ryan, how does DMF do its thing?
Okay, well, let's just start off with a few components. So there are data entities, data projects, data jobs, data packages, but I want to focus on data entities. Data entities are a denormalized extraction over multiple tables that allow you to insert records into multiple data sources at once. And that is important because you don't want to be inserting records into tables one at a time and try to keep track of that. It's way easier, for example, if you're trying to bring in a customer to insert data into all the data sources that comprise what's on the customer page, as opposed to having to keep track and insert of every single one. So that was a really technical way of saying load records that have multiple data sources. In D365, if you take a look at the customer page, you might think it's one record, but it's not. It's comprised of multiple tables. But the data entities allow you to insert into all those tables at once so you can load multiple customer records and you don't have to worry about what the underlying tables are doing. So for example, if you're loading customers and you can load the customer records one by one, you don't have to worry about the underlying data sources.
Okay, so how do we actually use data entities to load data at cutover?
So Microsoft has this concept of a data project, and data projects are composed of multiple data entities. For example, if you wanted to load sales orders, you can create a data project comprised of customers and then products and then sales orders, and they can be sequenced to run one after another. So Mel, you can imagine, you can get very creative with how you create your data projects in order to organize your data migration.
So I know that the tech arcs are leading the migrations for CRPs and go lives, but do the customers ever use these tools?
Yes. However, in order to use a data management framework, you definitely need proper education and training, and the project team needs to be aligned on who's doing what. Sunrise's philosophy that the technical architect owns the data migration process.
Okay, Brian, so how would someone go about learning how to use data management framework?
So you definitely want to start small. I would start with an entity that you know only inserts into one table, and then you'd like to start with about 4 or 5 records and work with getting those from staging into target. And if there are any issues, you can just select the error records and then keep repeating this process until you understand what it takes to get this data in. And then from there, you can move on to the larger subsets that you would need to do a full data load.
That's right. You have to crawl before you can run. All right. Catch y'all next time on Sunrise Compass. See you later.
Like and subscribe.